Hello, my name is Raluca Enache. I'm head of KPMG's EU Tax Center, and I'm very happy to be joined today by Søren Dalby, who's the CEO of KPMG Tax in Denmark and also the leader for KPMG EMA Tax and Legal, and René Schob, who leads the tax and legal practice of KPMG in Romania. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
We wanted to talk a little bit today about the evolving tax landscape, and we will explore some themes around top-of-mind issues at the moment, but also what tax leaders in industry should be aware of going forward. And Søren, I'll start with you. In your dual role as a tax leader in Denmark, but also in the EMA region, you very often speak to our clients about their burning tax-related issues.
Yeah.
What would you say are the top 3 top-of-mind issues that tax leaders face?
Top 3, I think first and foremost, there is a strong ask from the C-suite to drive efficiencies in the tax function. So driving efficiencies will definitely be one. The second one is very much about how do we use technology to transform the way we do our compliance.
Yep.
And thirdly, I think it's very much around tax controversy. There's so many audits popping up everywhere in the world, and tax leaders are really, focusing on making sure that they are on top of the controversies. So maybe just on the first one, driving efficiencies. Obviously, it's very much a cost game here, and the use of technology helps a lot.
Yep.
So it's focusing on how can technology help. On the compliance part, again, technology plays a big role there, but it's also about the data and how do I get on top of my data.
Yep.
So we are talking to a lot of clients about managing data across the group,
yep.
especially also using the Gen AI of the future in
yep.
accessing and interpreting data. So and then of course the third one is simply how do I best prepare for tax controversy,
yep.
for tax audits, and how do I facilitate when I'm stressed on resources, on people?
Yep.
How do I best engage in the audits that are popping up?
Yeah, on your second point regarding data, we saw this becoming a topic with Pillar 2, because a lot of our clients had legacy systems that did not provide them with the right data to be prepared for Pillar 2 compliance. So it was actually, although it was a nightmare for everyone, it was also an opportunity for MNEs to look at their systems and potentially, because of this tax initiative, look more deeply at how they get data within their organization.
Yeah, I agree. There's been quite a number of tax leaders have had the aha experiences on their data, and I think have streamlined now, maybe initiated by the Pillar 2 projects.
Yeah. And René, how do these trends manifest in Romania? Do they sound familiar to you? Are there other issues that are specific to the Romanian market?
I mean, in Romania, I think the last point out of the 3 points, obviously, the controversy is one of the top topics at this very moment, because the budget is in distress and a lot of tax audits have been announced. And obviously there is a big fuss currently going on. I think this is on top of the mind. Why is it on top of mind of the Romanian taxpayers? Because Romania, having been at the forefront of e-reporting, having SAFT already implemented for a couple of years, then having e-reporting with e-invoicing, then now the automated VAT return and e-transport. So you see through all these E's how transparent the taxpayers became.
Yep.
And now this is kind of the first real wave of the tax authorities coming towards larger taxpayers.
Yep.
But having already a lot of data in-house. And this is somehow a bit a scary movie for some of our clients. And we try to help our clients to get on top of it. And I think the most important thing, obviously, also as a future learning, is that the clients have to embrace this data analytics space very fast. And be prepared for exactly what the tax authorities will come up with.
Yeah, I think there was an announcement in that respect recently, right? Where the tax authorities said that they are going to focus on some larger taxpayers.
Yes, this was a couple of weeks ago, and obviously this is exactly what our people are also now working with our clients who got these nice letters.
Yes.
And maybe also as an understanding what you said, it's about efficiency and so on. And what we recognized is as of 2012-13 with social media coming up, we recognized globally that generations, Gen Y was actually kind of the same generation, same attitudes in all the countries in the world. We see this also with technology. And we see this, I would say, almost a bit more focused in smaller countries like Romania or in regions with smaller countries like CE, that agility is one of the most important things also with implementation of technology and embracing actually the challenge. And there I can say that countries like Romania are really at the forefront of Europe on the authority side, but also on the client side to really become extremely tech savvy and therefore one step ahead likely as some big countries in Europe.
Yeah, thank you. And that perfectly anticipated my next line of questioning. And Søren, I wanted to ask you, based on your experience and your conversations with clients in the EMA region, what are some of the common challenges that companies face when trying to adopt technology on a large scale?
Well, if we can take one example that relates to Gen AI, because that is on top of a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about the adoption, the employee, the people adoption of the use of Gen AI, because they all hear that it has the potential to change everything we do.
Yeah.
And what I'm hearing now is that, well, people buy into it, but they haven't really seen yet how much it is changing.
The real benefit.
The real benefits. And what I normally say is that, well, we're talking about preparing you for the future, preparing you for the hybrid intelligence.
Yep.
So it's not going to replace you, but it's going to superpower you.
Yep.
And I don't know, to be honest, where this ends. But what I do know, and what I know that our clients and also our own people are struggling with is, if I don't embrace the use of Gen AI, if I don't try to get into the whole hybrid intelligence kind of thinking and use the AI as the superpower on my shoulders, then I will have a challenge in the future.
Yep.
So I need to embrace, I need to understand, I need to play around with it. And then slowly, and we are already now seeing the really strong use cases where you can very much benefit from the use of Gen AI.
Yep.
And then the broader technology solutions that are out there, because we have a lot of technology solutions that can help and drive efficiencies across compliance processes. It's mostly about data and getting your house in order in terms of data. And then, of course, the change management piece to get people engaged in working in new ways.
Yeah, absolutely. René, you've already mentioned the agility here in the region, but going back to what Søren said about Gen AI and adoption and the way we will potentially be able to use it in the future to help us focus on actually core tasks, how has that been experienced here in Romania?
I mean, what we really recognized very fast when ChatGPT was kind of announced, we recognized very fast how some of our mid-market clients particularly very swiftly embraced the concept and went into company licenses already in the first month because they saw, okay, this could really be an added value for us because 2 years ago, the region was in full steam growth still. GDP was growing, you couldn't find workforce, and this was really seen as an opportunity. What we, KPMG, then could help with, and we want to continue helping with, obviously, is the safe environment.
Absolutely.
Because this is one of the next concerns. A lot have, okay, I'm now sharing, or my employees are sharing data with a tool, how safe is that data? And I think there, we as KPMG, really with our safe Gen AI infrastructure which we can offer, is something extremely beneficial for the clients. And will also maybe help them to integrate processes in a much different level than they would be able to do in smaller AI tools they may have. And by this, obviously, be ready for the next step, upskilling the people. And becoming more efficient.
I think that's the digital gateway, Gen AI, that we have deployed now widely in the market that client can access, where we are generating a lot of now use cases that clients can use, almost take down from the shelf. So that is really exciting.
And absolutely, and it's an area where we continue to build, continue to experiment and improve, I think, day by day. So we use it internally as well. So I think it's an investment into the future that we rely on as well. I wanted to turn to you, René, and ask what you think will be the main trends in the CE region in the next 2 or 3 years. So what do you think will keep us busy in the region going forward?
I think one major trend is the whole controversy part. I think the tax audits, usually in a region where the GDP growth used to be high and now goes a bit down, so tax authorities or countries need more money and sources for money. I think this usually causes this kind of controversy situation. On the other hand, I think the whole digital path of authorities, and in particular tax authorities, which we see here in Romania, who has almost a fully fledged approach to the whole e-reporting approach, will for sure have a spillover in all the other countries. I mean, we have directives around which suggest by 2030 countries have to onboard all these e-reporting suites, and there we see already Bulgaria is next on the train. Slovakia is about to launch a very significant part of it. Then Poland and other countries. And what we see is here in Romania it was a tsunami. And what I see then in the CE region is that they have the opportunity to learn from a country like Romania, where it was a tsunami, that it's maximum a very big wave. Because for the taxpayer, this is a huge effort, which is very often underestimated, and you have to tackle this really well in advance.
And I think the experience in Romania has been positive in the sense that the authorities have communicated very well with the business community, with us, with the tax advisory community, and I think it was a joint effort to get businesses to where they needed to be in order to be compliant. And there was also some lenience when it came to penalties, which I think is also a very good example of a best practice that could be copied by other jurisdictions, because obviously no one is going to get it right the first time. So I think a lot to consider. And Søren, how does that translate into what you think will happen for the wider EMA region?
I think sometimes we have to remember we are talking a lot about change, and especially now with technology, Gen AI, etc. We also have to remember the things that don't change. And the things that don't change is quality and its relationships that drives trust. So we should always remember, as KPMG professionals, we deliver quality. That's the technical expertise, and we drive meaningful relationships with our clients. That will, as I normally say, that will never go out of style, irrespective of the changes happening. So let's embrace those changes, but remember that it's the quality and the relationships and the trust that is front and center of how we engage internally and with our clients.
Absolutely, and that will steer us well in the future.
Indeed.
Well, thank you very much to both of you for your insights.
You're welcome.
Thank you too.